Alive. Hello. I just clicked go live for me, and because there's a latency going on, hello. So, yeah, let's just get into it. And yes, I do actually think that to myself. It's not just something I put in videos. Okay. Yeah, let's do a Huntress run to start. Two blood shrines. That's pretty good. Hello there. I see that at least someone's joined. And just so you know, I do have like a 30-second latency or something before I see anything that you type in chat, but I do see you. So please just give me a moment if you're saying anything. To really get a lot out of these blood shrines, I really need at least a healing item. Let's see if there's something. No healing item. Well, that limits my effectiveness with the blood shrines, but it's still pretty good. I will not turn down a 20% damage increase. Let's see. Yeah, I've got enough for a chest. I am unreasonably excited for the Dark Archive. Like, so excited. Like, I was excited for the Dark Archive before Paizocon, and then now hearing all the changes that they've made for the Thaumaturge and the Psychic, I am so stoked for them, and I cannot wait to lose interest in my current backup characters for all of my current Pathfinder 2e characters just because, well, new stuff is cooler, right? That's just how it works. I need my Thaumaturge. Like, I'm really excited to see how they actually execute the Psychic, but I know that I'm just more of a martial guy. And boy, am I looking forward to the Thaumaturge. Although the changes that they've said they've made to the Psychic do seem very good. Because like the whole Unleash Psyche thing, that was a really interesting idea that did have a kind of a little bit of an execution issue, because yeah, getting functionally infinite focus points is a very cool thing for a character to have, but having it on like round 3 or later in a fight is a bit sad, because not every fight is going to get that far. Oh, I need to kill you so badly. And I need to not forget about that chest over there. And I'm interested to see what they've done with Find Flaws for the Thaumaturge, because apparently it still does interact with Recall Knowledge in some ways, but it's not like core to it, or you're making the flat check, or not the flat check, you're making your, I think it's Esoteric Knowledge is the new feat that you, or not feat, it's a lore, Esoteric Lore, that's the name of the dang ability, which is a knowledge skill that you can use on everything. Oh, that is an amazing, like, third green. But apparently Esoteric Knowledge is going to be like Find Flaws, or the equivalent of Thaumaturge picking someone to stab and then making a connection to them to make them stab them harder. That feature. Is that a chest? Now it's turret. That still uses recall knowledge, but you get access to a skill that you can use on anything, no matter what it is, and it automatically improves in efficiency. But rather than using the normal recall knowledge DC, you are rolling against the standard DC for the creature's level. So it's still harder to identify high-level creatures, but it's not impossible. Especially on unique or like rare creatures. Void Seed. I hate Void Seeds. I love Void items. So I'm just interested to see how that gets executed. Like, do you actually learn everything that you would from a normal recall knowledge, or what? Because my current, or at least one of my current top ideas for a backup is a thaumaturge, and I'd kind of like to know whether or not my concepts for the character are going to work. And I think that they will. And they may have already changed in the past. Oh, I don't want a Lyasite cell. That's probably my least favorite void item. Because almost every utility I prefer having multiple charges. But I only recently saw this. I think it came from the Q&A. Because I've been busy for the past couple of days. And so I wasn't able to keep up with, like, pretty much anything on Paizocon, like Paizocon related news, since like Friday. So I've been trying to get caught up on all the things that totally got spoiled. That is a lot of delicate watches. I need to be careful, because that's a lot of additional damage that I could lose with one stupid mistake. But I think it's Mindforger archetype that is everything that I've wanted. Like, I could make 6 different Mindforgers, and I would not have enough. In case you didn't know, or you hadn't seen it, the Mindforger is... let's get another Bungus and hoping I get a Wungus. The Mindforger is apparently a common archetype, from the screenshot that I saw. Which is basically the Soul Forger, except you're making it out of your mind instead of your soul. So it's substantially easier and less likely to horrifically mess you up. So you can like spend an action to create a weapon of, and the thing is, you're not making like a longsword. You're just making a 1d8 one-handed weapon that looks like whatever you want. But it isn't like a longsword. It is specifically just a weapon. You can choose the damage type too, so you can switch it between being like a spear, technically, even if it's like a 1d4 agile and finesse spear, because it's not actually a spear, it's just they needed a term, so they took spear, or they needed a weapon group. But it just seems super cool, and I just like having super flexible weapons, and I may or may not be wanting to play a thaumaturge with that, with the, is it Mindblade or is it Mindforger? I think it's Mindblade, actually. And I was just thinking Mindforger because of Soul Forger. But you can, like, apply different weapon traits to it whenever you forge it, or because you are convinced that it is actually cold iron, therefore it is cold iron. There's just a bunch of fun stuff, and I would just desperately want to play a thaumaturge, like a weapon thaumaturge that literally uses their mind as their weapon. So it's like they say the pin is mightier than the sword, and they mean, what is up with these chests? This happened last time that I streamed. another one inside of the teleporter. But I don't know. I just love the idea of someone who says, like, the pen is mightier than the sword, and then they create a pen that works as a sword. There's just a bunch of really fun ideas, and it's inspired by the Gloomblade archetype from Pathfinder 1e, and I loved the Gloomblade in Pathfinder 1e. It was easily my favorite fighter archetype, even though I have never played a fighter in 1e. It was my top build for a fighter in 1e that I never got to play. Well, who knows? There's always a chance. I'm currently in a 1e campaign, and my character dies, like, or almost dies, like, every week. I may get a chance. Yeah. One of these days, I'll actually make it to Paizocon. But unfortunately, it's just not on the cards, currently. I hate Scorched Acres. Okay, let's just do this the easy way. Okay, so the teleporter's there, I think, so I guess I'll look around here. Alright, well, obviously I've got to hit up the Blood Shrine, although I can only hit it once, because these watches are saving my ass currently. And they will all break the instant I hit that again. Yeah, like, I only watched the keynote address and the declassing the Dark Archive panels, because that's pretty much all that. I mean, there's a lot of cool panels going on at Paizocon, but I don't have as much time as I would like, and I kind of had to make do, because, yeah, probably the video that I'm putting out on Thursday, because I haven't made it yet. I wanted for Paizocon to pretty much resolve itself before I made it, because I am not remotely ahead on videos. That's a nightmare. But, yeah, let's get some healing. Ooh, that's a samurai. Oh, that's a royal capacitor. That is very nice to see. Yeah, my video on Thursday is probably going to be about the treasure vault, because I am unreasonably excited to see a bunch of loot. Well, I guess it's pretty normal for a Pathfinder player to be pretty excited about loot, but I'm really excited about loot. I guess I could have gotten the scrapper there, but I like damage. Damage is good. Damage is my friend. I am very interested, especially for the sections on alchemy and crafting, because the crafting is going to have variant crafting rules, which, okay, excellent. Specifically, I think they, in one of the, it was either in the Q&A or in a Discord segment, I think it was in the Q&A, they gave the example of, like, well, what if you want to craft 10 arrows overnight, which currently you cannot do, really. I would just love a bunch of crafting feats, or even, and especially an alternate rule system, because, yeah, crafting kind of sucks currently. I just like to see a bunch of cool crafting feats. Crafting stuff is cool, and I'd like for it to stay that cool. And apparently it was unclear a little bit on what exactly was going to be in the alchemical section. I mean, obviously, I think they said, like, a ridiculous amount of new alchemical items. But what I'm interested in is, they said that there were, I think, going to be new research field specific feats for particular builds, and that has my attention. Like, what exactly do you mean by that? They said they weren't going to be anything crazy and more like just why more lyosite cells? That's 2 void crittals in a row with that. That's like the one void item I don't take. Specifically on Huntress, because I can't move while using mine, and that sucks. It may have gotten me killed the first time I took it. But, yeah. Like, what I'm curious about, because they said they weren't going to be doing any wide-scale revisions on the research fields, which, fair enough, they aren't in, like, terrible spots. And hopefully a lot of the problems that some people have with the Alchemist can be remedied a bit with having a ridiculous amount more items. So like, oh, well, poisoners weren't as strong before. Well, here's a bunch of poisons. So whenever your poisons do work on an enemy, they are absolutely crippling. Which, I mean, that's a fair way to go with the character. Or, not character, but like, with the class. Let's see. Anything back here? No. Let's try and get out of here. I hate moving around in this game while taking a drink, especially when that drink is hot. And let's hope I can kill him before he comes down. Okay, good. Now let's save up the wedding bands for the royal capacitor, and bam. Oh, crap. That's a... Oh no, it actually died. Okay, sweet. Maybe there was an ATG missile going around or something? I don't actually know how he died there. I will not turn down a Berserker Pauldron. Those are fun. Tea. I don't drink coffee. Mostly because it is very, very easy to make tea. And caffeine isn't quite as strong, and... I don't know. My brother's basically... Or at least he was addicted to, coffee, but I've yet to meet someone who's addicted to tea, so... except I kind of get headaches whenever I don't get tea, but... Hey, it's fine. Addicted to coffee, like, feels like half of the people his age. But, like, I don't know. Although, my experience with coffee is probably a little bit biased, because like the first time I had coffee I was a little kid, and I'm pretty sure that my parents just gave me straight black coffee because they didn't want me to try it again, because I was like 6 years old, and straight black coffee tastes terrible. So in my mind I still associate all types of coffee with like, oh, that is incredibly bitter. It smells amazing, like honestly, coffee smells like one of the best things on the planet. But in my mind, I still think, oh, coffee, no, that tastes terrible. Which I know is wrong, because if you add enough, I'd rather have like a 10% chance or something of negating hits. Yeah, no, they somehow successfully turned me into a non-coffee drinker. But maybe for longer than they were originally anticipating. Like, I love the smell of coffee, but God, I don't want to drink it. But, like, I know that if you add enough, like, milk and sugar, or depending on what type of coffee you're having, like, chocolate to something, it's gonna taste good. So, like, realistically, I know that, yeah, coffee tastes very good, most likely. But I just assume that it tastes better. I just keep on thinking back to the Mind Blade. Is it Mind Blade? What is it? I'm just so excited for that. Because, it's just cool. Because it's a common archetype, that meaning that literally any character can take it, and it buffs. They're just martial weapons, so basically any martial character will get a bunch out of it, and it's always funny whenever you can have a character that literally always has their weapon on them, and then everyone else has to get their weapons taken away. You're like, ha! Look at all of you peasants needing actual weapons to fight. Don't you understand that you can just think hard enough and make people's heads explode? Why did I open that? I am not gonna get anything better. Although that is pretty good. Actually, how expensive is the legendary chest? That's an important thing to know. I want it. So 3327. Got a gore stone. That's manageable to do in a reasonable time frame. Although it looks like caves are here based on those damage numbers. Yeah, no, things are definitely dying in the caves. But what are they? Oh, there's a void. How did I not even realize that there was a void seed? Second ATG, let's go. Oh, yeah. I've only played one Magus, and they were Laughing Shadow, but the Shield Magus is such a cool idea. That'd probably be what I go for with another Magus if I were to make one. Although I would imagine that action economy must be pretty rough. Ow, that's gonna hurt. I mean, my action economy was rough enough on a Magus that just needed to move around, not actually. I guess I did use the shield cantrip a lot, but oh, I was not expecting a Void Reaver. That's fun. Now, please give me something better than like the 2 void items I don't actually like. Yeah, I'll take a needle tick. Oh, I need to heal up a bit before I even think about taking that other void cradle. Oh, yep, I will absolutely take that. Voidsent Flame is a very it's good for clearing a bunch of little guys. And I think it might just be a straight up upgrade to a Wisp. Yeah, I am a lot closer than I thought. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would want to play actually every single type of Magus, and I'm never satisfied. I literally went with Laughing Shadow for Magus exclusively because I thought the idea of the character original concept was going to be, oh well, I'm going to play a Fletchling that is a Laughing Shadow Magus that takes the Shadowcaster archetype. That was kind of the bit behind choosing Laughing Shadow, was I'm going to get everything Shadow. And then the Shadowcaster came out and I realized, oh, this doesn't really work exactly for what I have in mind for the character. Okay. I'm not doing the Shadowcaster thing anymore. But still, Nightcrawler with a nuke in their pocket is a very fun build, regardless. Because, good lord, the higher level you get, the more absurd spell strike crits are. It is so much fun to one-shot things. Ah. Oh, Mr. Large Chest. And that is a very, very good item. I need more movement speed, man. I am so slow right now. And that is really gonna suck in Sky Meadows, where movement speed is king. Am I missing... Is that... That looks like a bunch of chests. No, it's turrets. Okay, good. Because I don't know how much money I actually have. Considering I kind of want to hit that on the way. No, I'll hit the one chant shrine. Just the one. Well, that's... Kind of wish I grabbed that recycler originally. Rather than the royal capacitor, because... I mean, the royal capacitor is great. But I wish I could have re-rolled on that red. Hey! Nice to see that you're liking them. I have no idea what I'm doing, but if you're liking them, then I'm doing something right. Okay, it's gonna eat all my money. Thank you, RNG. Oh, that is one heck of a binge. I have never actually been a part of like a multi-day session or anything like that, but it seems honestly like a lot of fun and also very exhausting, which is a lot of pretty apt descriptor for a lot of things that are fun. Okay. Yeah, I'm so close. Like, both of my 2E groups that I'm in are so close to actually being able to finish their APs. Oh, nice. I've heard a lot of really good things about Malevolence. I don't know much about it, but I know that it was originally the plan, once one of my groups finishes the Abomination Vaults, our GM was like, oh, well, since the next AP that we're going to be running is Outlaws of Alkenstar, how about we wait for the Lost Omens Impossible Lands book to come out before we actually start Outlaws. And originally we were going to be doing Malevolence, but then someone in the group has already GM'd it, so we're going to be going for Shadows at Sunset. But I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I've heard that it's very hard. But, like, every 1E standalone adventure is really hard. Yeah. See, it's kind of weird because I do kind of make a... Like, all my channel is pretty much me talking about stuff that like, basically, my channel is hyper nerdy, but for some reason, all my characters basically end up being jocks with no knowledge skills. I don't know how that is. Okay, well, I don't have to worry about recalling knowledge to figure out what this thing is, because I don't have any skills that I can use to recall knowledge. Which is an interesting situation, but it's fun. Yeah, I am interested for Shadows at Sunset because I haven't heard anything about it, and I don't want to, because I want to be really surprised whenever I go into it. But I haven't heard if it is as hyper lethal as the other one-off adventures. Oh no, there's connection problems isn't there? God, I love buffering. Yeah, the difference that not necessarily a dedicated healer, but the difference a person who's good at healing is, it probably was not your internet. It was probably on my end, because it is happening. It's just the stream connection is bad. In general, my connection is rather good, but it has times where it just completely dies, and that I get sad. Yep. I'm going to be trying to do these every Monday. Although what time in Monday is probably going to change some. Yeah, it is. The connection problems just keep on coming. I just know that, like, if you are remotely aware about shadows, you probably... There is a ghost involved, and that itself is concerning because ghosts are annoying. But seems like it could be fun, especially because whenever you're coming into a ghost fight, not being prepared to fight a ghost. In the barest description of the adventure, that, oh, there's probably going to be a ghost. So most people are going to have ways to at least deal with it. So that's good. Although, I have been in parties that are basically exclusively built to fight ghosts, which is kind of unfortunate whenever, like, half the party's builds don't work, because they're meant to fight ghosts. Oh. Yeah, I cannot stay up late. Like, just as a general rule. Yeah, no, in the Abomination Vaults group I'm in, my character has the Ghost Hunter archetype, and a new character that just came in has the Undead Slayer archetype. And since those two characters have joined after our previous characters died, we have not fought a single undead. Oh, wisps. Oh, no, wisps are absolutely the worst. Well, no, golems are also bad. Things that are immune to magic suck. I mean, I understand why they're made, like, why people make golems, because, yeah, no, they just murder people. But wisps and golems are so bad. It's kind of funny. And our Abominations Vaults group, my Magus was one of the big damage dealers in the party. Because Magus, you can occasionally one-shot things. But then that just completely shifted into, I am now a support character the instant that a wisp came up, because it's, oh, I literally cannot damage this. Oh no. I'm not done with Abomination Vaults. We are in book 3. And generally this group moves pretty fast. So we should be done in like the next couple of months, probably. It depends on how quickly we can get through book 3. But I've really been enjoying it so far. Probably one of the better APs that I've played. Yeah, the whole they are permanently invisible and can fly is a little bit mitigated by the fact that most wisps are melee combatants. Hey, yeah, nice to see you. Yeah, I have a bit of a delay going, but okay, sweet, I did remember to adjust the teleporter. But yeah, because wisps can fly and they're invisible, it's a little bit easier because they generally have to get next to you to attack them. I think they might actually be immune to sneak attack. I'm not certain on that. Because I'm not the person who recall knowledge is in my group. We basically have a recall knowledge specialist in the group that's fought a lot of wisps. But oh yeah. Level 1 of Abomination Vaults is fun. But the Oracle in my Abominations Vault group has literally took Fairy Fire as a spell just because predominantly a caster, and it kind of sucks to fight wisps whenever you can't do a thing against them. Let's see. Yeah, Abomination Vault is good. Yeah. I guess see you when I see you. I mean, I feel like I could sleep, and it is 6:22 in the afternoon here. But I also understand that I have old man sleep schedule. I've been told many times by many people. I pass out at about 10 o'clock every night. Oh, I guess I did grab that. I thought that I didn't grab that item. Guess it was a regenerating scrap or something. Oh, they're gonna have a rough time then. Yeah, if they only have a rogue. I mean, yeah. Yeah, the cemetery fight's fun. Since it seems like everyone here has chimed in and talked about at least getting through the first part of Abomination Vaults. We may have had an almost TPK in floor 1 on the chapel. As in, one character was up at the end of the fight with 1 health. It was bad. Fun way to end the second session of our campaign overall. I could really use a ukulele right now. I mean, I have pretty good AoE, but you can always use more. Oh, I am a player in Book 3 of Abomination Vaults, and we haven't gotten... We're on the first floor of Book 3, so I think that's... What is that? Floor 7? Yeah. It is, the first one after all of the Outsiders. Because I can't exactly remember right now, because I am multitasking something fierce. I believe that everyone is either a player or... I have actually considered getting Noida, but I have just never got around to it. Risk of Rain is just my brain off, head empty game, which is pretty good for streaming because I don't want to think about the game. Yeah, I figured that book 3 is going to be the Drow book. It's been building up to it for a while now. Like, we haven't actually, seen any Drow yet, but they're obviously coming. Like, I feel like we've avoided all of the areas where there would be Drow, which is kind of sad, because, 2 weeks ago we had, a character die that was Drow. And we were just about to start getting to their backstory. Oh no! Oh god! I almost lost all my watches there. I am losing a little bit of my focus here. And god, I could use some goat hooves. What? Do I have any movement speed items? I have a quail, but that's not movement speed. I do not have any movement speed items. That sucks. Kind of explains why I'm going slow. Well, obviously explains why I'm going slow, but... Okay, any movement speed? No. I'll just get more shields then. Oh, thank God I can save my watches once. I'll take it the attack speed. Yeah, the Thaumaturge is easily... I'm easily looking forward to the Thaumaturge over the Psychic, but I'm just a martial guy, so I'm gonna look forward to the martial class more. Because my role in every party that I end up being, that I'm in, pretty much revolves into, okay, so Frizz is gonna hit stuff. So that role is covered. Yeah, I believe that they said that the Falcata was going to be introduced in the Treasure Vault. I don't know. I don't think that we know anything about what traits it's gonna have. Oh God, I almost just died there. Let's bombard him a little bit with Nakahanas, but... Oh no. This is bad. I have an idea for a weapon thaumaturge that puts like dye onto their weapons and uses color theory to stab people. So you're obviously feeling like down right now, and obviously being exposed to more sad stuff is going to be bad for you. Therefore, I'm putting blue coloring onto my sword, and therefore it will cut you easier. Just silly stuff like that, because I'm not good enough at coming up with like actually personal ideas of like the whole example that they use a lot of like, oh, a slaver or a devil or something, and then putting a like a broken chain onto your sword and then it being more effective. That's really cool, but I just know I'm not going to be able to come up with that stuff on the fly. So, stupid color theory. I can do color theory on the fly. I cannot do, like, poetic stuff on the fly, but color theory, I've got you. I might get a credit card. We'll see. I did not get a credit card. Warhammer 40k orcs may be a little bit of an inspiration. Just maybe a little bit of inspiration came from them. Although, in that case, it would be, I put red on my sword, and therefore it does more damage because it's red. I'd like to be able to use multiple types of colors, but God, 40k orcs are good. They're just funny. And 40k orcs is about all that I know about 40k. I'm not a 40k guy. Yeah, I was pretty proud of that one too. Of the licking the blade. Although, honestly, licking the blade will also work if you know that someone's a germaphobe. Well, I guess higher chance of stunning someone. Where'd that vagrant go? Did I kill him? I mean, I almost hope that you have a choice as a thaumaturge to just not know any of the languages, so like, or not languages, not have any of the magical skills. So it's like, I'm a thaumaturge that doesn't know anything about arcane magic or divine magic or primal or occult magic. They just think that they do, and it works. And then like completely dump intelligence or wisdom or something. So you just have like, if you're actually asked to roll an arcana check, you have like a -1. But you like act like you're a wizard and it works. I cast fireball. Wait, no, what are you talking about? Wait, why is your sword on fire? I am curious. Like, I'm forgetting the exact wording of this, because I know that some classes, or not classes, there are definitely some, some monsters have like sunlight weakness, but I can't remember if it's sunlight weakness or sunlight vulnerability, because those are very different phrases in Pathfinder. And now whenever a thaumaturge successfully uses, I think it's like establish connection or something, whenever they decide to do more damage to someone, they have a choice to either exploit a current weakness or create their own. And I'm curious whether or not exploiting a weakness on a vampire would allow you to, say, make your attacks count as sunlight. Although it would be hilarious to like, the character art you showed me of this character looks very pale. Therefore, I'm going to do more damage to them due to my sunny disposition. Sunburned them to death. Yeah, I think that the way that it's going to be, the way that it was described working, I think it was the Q&A. I'm forgetting what part of Paizocon it was, but it is now you have esoteric lore, which is a lore skill is going to be very limited in what it can be used for, and it scales off of charisma. And you make, whenever you're trying to establish a connection with someone, you make a esoteric lore check versus the standard DC for the character's level. And I don't think that it actually increases depending on whether or not a creature is rare. I could be wrong about this, because I literally read this like what is it? About maybe an hour ago, and I kind of was skimming because I wanted to get through stuff before I streamed this. But regardless, you make that check against like the standard check for their level, and then the interesting thing is that the esoteric lore improves automatically, unlike something like bardic lore, which only improves once. Like bardic lore, I believe, only improves once a skill that you can use to decipher writing reaches legendary, and then it is and only then does it become expert. Where esoteric lore, it sounds like, is going to automatically improve, so it'll be expert at level 3 and master at level 7, and then legendary at level 15 automatically, which is a bold decision on Paizo's part. But it's most likely only going to be able to be used for this specific use, so it's not as busted as it seems. But it still should be pretty good. And I mean, not increasing the DC by like 10 just because something is unique is definitely going to make the Thaumaturge feel a lot better to play, because in general, creatures are unique, and not being able to fight unique creatures on the Monster Hunter class was a bit of a letdown. And because it's not like an actual recall knowledge check, it doesn't matter if you can't critically fail. Or if you do critically fail. My current Abomination Vaults character is a Mountain Stance monk that grapples people. So they have like a 31 AC at level 9 or something, and 150 hit points. And then they just grapple people and then let them try and punch them. Which unfortunately doesn't work very well against things that I cannot grapple. But it is a very fun build of I will hold them down while everyone else does the damage. Please and thank you. Now that I think about it, actually, Mountain Stance Monks would be very effective for two-handed weapons. Because Mountain Stronghold, which you can get at level 6, which improves the AC that you get from Mountain Stance, and, well, rather, it allows you to use 1 dex with Mountain Stance. It allows you to take an action to increase your AC by 2, like a +2 circumstance bonus to AC, so it's basically a shield. But the weird thing is, it doesn't actually require hands. So you could actually use Mountain Stance with 2 hands. This character is a Duskwalker, and their entire body is Ghost Touch. I very much want to suplex a ghost. Although rules is written you can't. Even if you are using a Ghost Touch like weapon, you technically, like a Ghost Touch weapon with a grapple trait, you cannot grapple a ghost. However, oftentimes gyms will say that's stupid. Feels weird getting here with 1 movement speed boosting item. Or I guess I should say it feels wrong. How the hell did I survive with only 1 movement speed item? Yeah, like, I mean, there's a way that you can grapple someone that is under freedom of movement. So I feel like grappling a ghost is not outside of the realm of possibility in Pathfinder. Yeah, I honestly haven't watched No-Nat videos in months. Just because I've been busy. That is literally the only reason why. But yeah, let players grapple ghosts. Grappling ghosts is fun. Really, I should say that grappling people is fun. Because I have an 18th level swashbuckler that their main game plan is grapple. And that is fun. Let's see. What does this Lunar Bud have in store for me? Well, that is a terrible item. Where the hell did you go? Okay. Something good? Something very good. Hey, that is a very good item. Okay, let's get some free gold, I guess. If I can actually click the heads, as they say. Yeah, no, tripping in, like, the prone condition is weird, because, I think there's a rule that, like, or a place in the rules where it does explicitly say that you cannot trip someone, or they can't be prone, I forget which, while swimming, but you can absolutely give the prone condition to someone who's flying, because prone is more of just like an off balance and on the ground, and you have to take an action to fix that. It's a weird, really ambiguous place in the rules, which I'm glad that it's ambiguous and they didn't say that it is creatures that are flying are immune to like the prone condition, because boy would a character that is focused around athletics have a bad time midair then. Oh, thank God, I already got a movement speed item. Because, yeah, this character doesn't need help with damage on bosses. So I would rather get movement speed items soon, rather than never get them. Well, lunar butt of the sky, what do you have? Oh, actually, yeah, I guess I'll have to give up the tricorn, because there's no way that I can. I don't want to give up a gesture at the drowned, but I was originally thinking I was gonna save the tricorn for like a stage 3 boss, but now that I think about it, I don't really like. Specifically, I was hoping to get a Shatter Spleen, but Shatter Spleen isn't nearly as good on Sniper as it is on literally everyone else in the game, because yeah, Sniper, generally if Sniper crits something, they're dead. Yeah, like I've honestly been thinking about making a video on athletics again, because I did make a video on athletics, God, a long time ago, and I don't necessarily think that it's good. But, and I definitely could like redo it. I just don't like revisiting stuff that I've already made. But I definitely could just make a video on how it's cool that you can absolutely play a grappler without like a hyper specific build, because good lord, grappler characters in Pathfinder 1 were a mess. Yeah, I think that it is a little bit up to the GMs to ensure that I think that it's up to the GM to ensure that picking a lock has a good reason behind it. And also, if I remember correctly, the DCs for actually breaking down doors are really high. I'm forgetting the exact amount, but isn't a wooden door like DC 30? I think it's like DC 30 to break down a wooden door. And then a metal or like iron door or steel door or whatever is like DC 40. But in terms of like the difference between breaking down a door and picking a door open, is like there's gonna be a difference in like, obviously if you're in a dungeon crawl it doesn't matter as much, but if you're actually going to be wanting to be stealthy about breaking in somewhere, then breaking down a door makes a lot of noise, where presumably if you're good at it, picking a lock doesn't. Now, whether or not your stealth check agrees with you, that's different. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I guess I was looking at just the or thinking, because I'm not looking at any rules right now. I was thinking of the standard, like, basic DCs that they have for, like, that they give for different skills, which, yeah, no, that actually, yeah, that's different for Abomination Vaults than if they're actually telling you the DCs. Is there anything I'd want to give up? Because, well, I guess I'm not really doing the one-shot, one-kill sniper. Ow, I need to get out of here. What am I doing? I can fight him in a second. Ow. Now, where's the... Why did the Void Monster get all the way over there? I mean, I understand why it is that it takes so long to pick locks, because obviously it's something that does take a long time. Like, it makes sense that picking a lock takes a long time, but I think that the solution that there needs to be is, like, basically make the quick unlock feat lower level. So you can actually pick locks in a somewhat decent time span. So it's like it's literally just like a trained level 1 feat that improves as you improve your thievery proficiency. That, I think, would have been a lot better than the current situation. Like, I understand why Paizo did it, but there are definitely ways that it could have been done differently that may or may not be better. I'm not a game designer, so I wouldn't exactly know. Yeah, but you can absolutely just house rule it. And picking a lock is 2 actions. I mean, depending on the door, you can absolutely get through some doors very quickly. I think that maybe it would make a bit more sense if it was you did a certain amount of damage based on your proficiency and whether or not you get a success or a critical success, and it bypassed the hardness of the door. That would make a bit more sense to me, but I mean, the current rules do allow for my 18th level character to bust through walls like the Kool-Aid Man, so I'm not gonna, like, complain. But that character is also legendary in Thievery, so that's fun. Oh, that's right, I was looking for you. I'd rather not get tougher times. Movement speed? No, I'll take a bit of damage reduction. I should probably... I need to get out of here. Jeez, I just saw how long I've been on this stage. I am not very good at Railgunner, but I'd like to be. Yeah, I guess whenever I was talking about, earlier whenever I was talking about Quick Unlock, I guess I was thinking about it reducing the number of successes rather than reducing the amount of actions needed. I was forgetting how it even worked. That gup is gonna take a long time to kill. And if it could actually stay still, that would be appreciated. Although I can finish off the vagrant now, which is nice. And... oh, God, it's not dead. Oh, it's dead. Excellent. I got a sticky bomb on it. Yeah, but it would make sense if, like... especially if it's, like, a standard lock. Like, I understand it if it's, like, a super complicated lock that was custom made for the door, that it would take a really long time, but just because, yeah, that's hard. But, like, reducing the number of successes on just locks with quick unlock, I think would be better, and then making it, like, either a trained or an expert level skill feat. Because as it is, there are not many thievery skill feats. But quick unlock is almost needed. Yeah, I'll really try to avoid the rain and have a good sleep, and I hope that the abomination vaults handle your just I am tired. Good luck with your session. How many steps do I have today? I have 17,000 steps. It's fun. I went on a very long hike. Let's... we now have an Akoi drone? That drone is going to be saying ahoy so damn much. Oh yeah. Even more one-shotting bosses. Or, I say that like I've one-shot a boss. Yeah, see ya. And, yeah, I have a very long delay. You're probably gone by now. Maybe you're gone by now. I don't know. No, I would love a lover equipment, please, so I can actually use this Gesture of the Drowned. Okay. Well... yeah, I think I have the lunar coins to spend on that. Only have 189. Oh, yes. That is a bad decision, and I will happily make a bad decision. Who needs health anyway? All you need is kill. Yeah, let's get Shape Glass on a survivor that doesn't actually have fantastic... well, honestly, Railgunner does have very good mobility, but... I'm too used to Huntress. Let's see there. What do you got for me? Oh god, if that is with... oh well, the crowbar's gonna help. Just keep on grabbing damage multipliers, huh? Might take... yeah, let's take that. Good old Mocha. Can always use movement speed and attack speed. Okay. I should really get out of here, but my damage is pretty good now, so I think I can My damage is very good now. I think I can save a little bit of time. Or not save time. Not worry so much about time. And let's see. I would love to have another piece of equipment. If you would kindly, game. You might give me enough gold for this chest. Yep, okay. I should really head back now. It's time to do the teleporter. Or rather, it's far past time to do the teleporter. It is so fun to be able to one-shot wisps with a basic tracking auto shot. And that would be a mistake to take. Let me just check. Yeah, nothing. And bye-bye, boss. Although, this is a rather lot of mending elites. I don't like that. Yeah, no problem. I have no idea what I'm doing with streaming, so we'll hopefully see you next week whenever I stream next, or probably on the videos that I have a lot more in mind. Should be fun. Oh boy. Oh, not as much fall damage as I thought. Yeah, until we see you next, live a wonderful life. Let's see. Ugh. I hate having to sneeze. Okay. The question is, can I one-shot the ally worship unit with this? I totally can if I get a wedding band. I mean, I know I'm killing him, but... No, that was very close to a dead run. If you could please show yourself. Okay, there we go. Didn't need a crit to finish that. Hello and welcome. It's good to have someone here. Sorry if it's a little bit of a delay in me seeing you. There's a pretty big... Oh, I have a scrap. bit of a delay in just me actually being able to talk, because yeah, there's just a delay in the actual streaming process. Now, oh yeah, eggs. Can't forget the eggs. Ooh, that is an HEG. That means a 10% chance that the ally worship just dies. If I am anticipating my damage here correctly. Oh. Can I find a scrapper? No, let's just gamble. What am I talking about? Ooh, okay, yep. Ally worship unit is so dead. Yeah, got something in my throat. Yuck. I can't really take the time to get some water or anything. Let's see. Really, 2 more. Well, probably some in there, maybe some up there. I almost died to a single hit of the vultures. This is bad. Okay. I've lost all movement speed on a glasses run. Or not glasses, on a shaped glass run. I think I'm good. And I have like 9 crowbars. That is more than I need. Oh, lovely. This poor alloy worship unit is so dead. Okay. 1 more egg. There's some up here. That is a bad time. Okay. Alright, that is actually going to be it for this stream, because I am far more exhausted than I thought I was, so, yeah, going on a, like, 4-hour hike is gonna do that to you, so, until I see you next, live a